Hey, hello to everybody. We came up to the last session, which is about the practical application of the leeches. So the session is entitled Medical Application and Projects on the Medicinal Leeches. And we will start, we have left 3 presentations as Dr. Mustafa said. Please keep the schedule to finish in due time. So the first presentation will be about medicinal leech studies conducted at General Directorate of Agriculture Research and Policies. And I give the floor to Dr. İlhan AYDIN from the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, General Directorate of Agricultural Research and Policies of Turkey. Please, you have the floor.
Çok teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you very much. Is there any problem with regards to my sound?
No.
No, not today, distinguished DG. Thank you very much. I'd like to share my screen with you if you allow me. I believe you can see my presentation right now. It should be full screen by now. Yes, we can see it right now, distinguished DG. We can see it as a single screen right now, no problem. Yes, thank you very much. Distinguished participants, distinguished representatives of FAO, distinguished academics from the Isparta University of Applied Sciences, distinguished experts from the various universities and institutions around the world, distinguished science people from all the relevant organizations. We have academics, experts among us. We have representatives and colleagues working for the ministries. I would like to greet you all with all due respect once again. Today, with you, we will be talking about the activities of TAGEM, studies conducted by TAGEM on medical leech. It has been ongoing for 2 days. As you know, I'm talking about the workshop, and today is the 2nd day. I'll do my best to talk about the projects by TAGEM. What's the time frame that I have? I need to obey the timing. How much time do I have?
10 minutes, please.
Mr. Victor would say.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes.
10 dakikanız var efendim.
Try to resume your presentation in 10 minutes, please.
Thanks so much. I'd like to Evet, girişte birazcık bu bilgiler aslında verildi.
So, actually, these were already introduced in the beginning. We are hearing a background noise, by the way. Mr. Victor, could you please tell the others to mute their mics if they are not speaking? So comprehensive information was already provided about agricultural practices and production practices on medicinal leech. I don't want to go much into detail, but this is the overall distribution regarding production, especially in wetlands. It's very widespread. The production is very widespread. Recently, when we look at the species, we have Hirudo species, verbana, orientalis, suluki, nippania.
Görüyorsunuz. Ve bununla ilgili 2014
These are the most common species. In 2014, a new regulation was enacted, as you know, on traditional and complementary medicinal practices. The companies, the facilities, and the quotas were already mentioned. I don't want to go much into detail of it. Dr. Mustafa Ceylan led the process, and Aquaculture Research Institute in Eğirdir was launched, was established, and everybody provided their contribution. So this research institute is especially working on medicinal leech and also on other health issues and treatment issues. So hopefully they will be an important contact point for all. So as the Leech Research Institute, they will have a license for the production and for carrying out research studies. We are funding them currently, and it's one of the most important aquaculture research institutes in Turkey. They have a unit specifically on medicinal leech. They have carried out many activities up until now. You see it on the screen. It started in 2015 with generation F0, and it kept going until 2019 with the generation of 4F, F4. And when we have the leaching activities, around 10,000 medicinal leaches were left to Isparta and Adıyaman provinces between the years of 2017 and 2020. Between 2012 and 18, especially from different areas, the samples were collected to put forward the fauna and economic importance of leeches. And many of our colleagues are already knowledgeable about those activities because they were already involved. Another institute is again working on fauna activities. Elazığ Fisheries Research Institute is the one that I'm talking about. They are especially working in the southeastern Anatolia region, and they are working on leech fauna. And they have worked on it actually between the years of 2012 and 2014. So, while carrying out the field activities, we can say that leech is a very important point on the agenda of the country. Therefore, we are also benefiting from the R&D programs of the private sector. So, a private company started to cooperate with our DG, and we have started to fund their project. We started to fund the project of a private company so that they could produce anti-aging products using the leech, secretion, and saliva. So, this is the current status of the facility that you see on the screen. They have established the infrastructure for the anti-aging products, and on the other hand, about the leech production, they're also working. We attach a great importance to this project because we have significantly funded it, supported it, and hopefully they will produce products with a high added value for our country. So, we have also some positive economic returns and feedbacks. But apart from that, we are attaching importance to the raising awareness of the society. Another project is called I Recognize and Conserve Before Extinct and Medicinal Leeches is the main topic of the project. And this is being carried out, was carried out actually, by Eğirdir Fisheries Research Institute. The name is I Recognize and Conserve Before Extinct. And here again, the awareness is raised among the staff members, and our academics, our experts worked on the project, and we received huge positive reactions from the community, and social awareness has been raised, I would say, thanks to this project of the Research Institute. Again, under the same institute, under TÜBİTAK 1001, this project was funded. And the name of the project was Investigation of Growth and Reproduction Properties and Survival Rates of Medicinal Leech, Hirudo sluci species in laboratory condition. Again, we have another R&D project, private sector R&D project. It's about feeding, because we all know that the lifespan of the leech can face some problems, and we need to conduct R&D studies on the lifespan of the leech. And this is one of the areas that we are planning to focus on in the upcoming future. Also, by the Institute, between 2018 and 20, fauna identification activities and stock size identification studies were carried out in Sakarya and Kızılırmak basins. So again, as a new proposal, as a new offer, we have another project called Economic Investigation of Susurluk Basin Medicinal Leech, Hirudo verbana, population status. We have worked on it previously. We still continue on working on it. We are funding the private sector and we are supporting the public sector. And we are also carrying out training sessions and workshops, and they are all organized by the research institutes. In 2017, for example, Elazığ Fisheries Research Institute organized the first national leech workshop with a high participation. As you know, recently, since this is a cross-border issue, we are also working with the customs enforcement personnel, and we have also delivered trainings for them. And as a part of the trainings, we have also carried out a session on morphological and molecular diagnostic methods in leech. And we wanted to also introduce and promote our leech varieties, and we are organizing congress and fairs for this purpose. And the last fair in this regard was in Kayseri. It was held in Kayseri. It was an agricultural fair, and distinguished minister, Mr. Bekir, our distinguished minister, also participated in the fair in Kayseri. He visited our stand, and we would like to thank our distinguished minister, Dr. Bekir Pakdemirli, for his participation. And also, with the participation and contribution of FAO and the ministry, we have also organized a fair on biodiversity, and it also attracted a high level of participation. Under Salem Institute, a Leech research unit will be operational as soon as possible. There is no funding problem. It's currently in the tendering process. So hopefully I could sum everything up on time. So we can say that we are working on R&D of medicinal leech. We start with the fauna identification up until the final product, end product. We have been coordinating within the whole process. We will continue working on this process because we would like to add a higher value to this product for Turkey. I would like to thank all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation, presented in a timely manner. So we have left some 3 minutes for the questions and answers. If you have questions, please raise the hand. So I see there are questions from Naim Salam, please, you have.
Teşekkürler Sayın Başkan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to thank Mr. DG for the presentation, both on the ground, in the field, and also at an individual level. He has supported us a lot. I would like to thank for the kind support. In fact, he tried to summarize many activities in 10 minutes, and his directorate, TAGEM, has put his signature under many accomplishments. So I would like to thank for all the support that TAGEM provided us so far. And with this important private sector project, we hope that they will contribute further to the industry. And also they are the founder of the gene bank, and generally they have put our species under protection, and the newly detected species are being registered in their directorate. So I'd like to thank Mr. Director for all these efforts. Thank you. In fact, I had just 10 minutes, so during these 10 minutes it was not possible to talk about all the genes and registration of species, etc. But yes, we have very comprehensive work going on regarding the genes and their registration. In fact, we have to focus on 2 main pillars. The first one is related to the bottlenecks in the breeding. In fact, we have stakeholders in Turkey, and I have some remarks to their attention. And also in the presence so far, I have something to share with our international partners. In particular, you know, TÜBİTAK, the Turkish Research Institute, and also TAGEM signed a cooperation protocol. And there are 3 topics under this protocol: international relations, cooperation of the centers, and managing the call topics together. So TÜBİTAK 1001 is a new call, and in fact, aquaculture has been made a part of it in the first design of the call that did not exist. In September call, we're intending to go for the call with the co-financing model. So Agriculture 1001 is a special call. And 50% will come from TAGEM and 50% will come from TÜBİTAK. The priorities will be decided jointly. The process will be run jointly. And why do I talk about these now in this meeting? What is the relevance? In the production, there are some bottlenecks, for example, regarding feeding, growing. There are some critical bottlenecks that were touched upon by Mustafa. And in this regard, in the framework of our cooperation with TÜBİTAK, we would like to provide support, and we would like to make it a priority in our cooperation with the private sector. That was to the attention of our Turkish stakeholders. And for our international stakeholders and FAO, I would like to say the following. There's experience in the region. So through co-financing or through trainings, in fact, we have to organize certain events, maybe technical visits, technical cooperations, events like this one. We have to make use of this experience. We have the vision 2023 for the future ahead, and we look for cooperation with the international agencies. We'll be happy with such cooperation. Now, thank you. Once again, I would like to thank you, Professor Naim Salam, for your good wishes. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about these in addition. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have another 2 questions. One from Aysigül Kubilay. Please, you can address your question to the speaker.
Sayın Genel Müdürüm.
Distinguished Director General. Well, thank you very much for your presentation. That was a beautiful summary. And in fact, there are many works and projects going on regarding the medicinal leeches, and they are very effective. And I wonder about the location of your anti-aging products project and how is it being implemented. And afterwards, I'm going to have another follow-up question. Yes. I think I have to respond to the first part of your question, and then you will ask the second part. Yes. Regarding the Antiaging, in fact, we support this project in Kayseri. In Kayseri, there is a private sector company. So there is a production of the leeches, and also they would like to create some anti-aging products by using the already produced leeches. In fact, the institutes are also involved. The chemists working in the institutes are involved. And when did the project start? And have you already got some effective results? I'm asking because the project sounds very interesting and different. Yes, it's an innovative approach for the world. And I should say that in 2019, we had a call program and we supported it then. And you saw the picture, the infrastructure was created. The first trials proved to be successful, and conversion into the commercial commodity will happen in line with the project schedule. We are very excited. The products should be valuable in monetary terms and weigh small, and this is a good example of this principle. Yes, thank you. It's an interesting project. Well, secondly, you already talked about TÜBİTAK and TAGEM projects. So for the 1001 project call in March, in fact, I saw that there is this project with TAGEM, the project 1001. You have breeding in the project, but there are no subheadings, subtopics. I think all the aquaculture activities are included, aren't they? Because I think I just saw the fisheries name, so I wonder if all aquaculture is included. And also, I wonder the evaluation process, especially within the scope of 1001. In fact, shortly after signing the protocol, we made the call. In fact, TÜBİTAK had already planned the call, but we signed the protocol at the last minute. And then we asked for some initiative from TÜBİTAK, and thankfully they responded positively to our request, because they had proposed that we could mark the calls and proposals that were aligned with our priorities, and they would give priority to those options. But we opted for a different method. We just wanted to include some new topics, and fisheries and aquaculture are one of these new additions. You know, we also have a department for policies. That department, in fact, finalized everything before the call is actually advertised. So in September, it is different, and we have different processes to run together with 1001. About your last question, the one related to evaluation. So co-financing and co-evaluation will be a part of our cooperation with TÜBİTAK. So in defining the priorities on the panels, in the boards, in the councils, TAGEM experts and specialists will always be on board. We agreed on this, but cooperation will not remain there, especially in international cooperation. When we submit a project to the international platforms, we will need mentors, and then we will collaborate with the universities and academicians, and then we will benefit from the EU funds. Currently, there are no calls made, and we would like to be part of consortia. Maybe we can start new consortium. And however, in any case, we will inform you in advance. Thank you, Mr. Director General. Hopefully, there will be nice cooperation between the ministry and the university. I wish you success. Thank you. Thank you.
So the last question, please be as possible short, because we have lost time we gained with the presentation. Okay, the last question from Haydar Fersoy, please.
Yeah, thank you much, Mr. Chair. In fact, this is not a question, just a remark in response to the things said by the Dr. İlhan in relation to the cooperation with FAO. In my capacity as the FAO's regional officer for the Europe and the Central Asia, and also as the secretary of the regional the Central Asia and Caucasus Regional Fisheries and Aquaculture Commission, I would like to express our openness to collaborate with all key stakeholders, including TAGEM. I believe that we can discuss this cooperation issues in the common session, maybe during the closing session. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.